Hi, my name's Dan Ireland, founder of Awareful and the Growth from Trauma Centre on the Gold Coast. I'm a human-given psychotherapist, mindfulness and compassion teacher, sports psychotherapist and chartered management trainer. And this video is a bit of an insight into what human-given psychotherapy is and ultimately how it might be able to help you. So the Human Givens framework enables us to see where a person's life is not working well and begin to tailor some solutions for each individual using a combination of effective psychological interventions, education and direct practical help, as appropriate of course. The insights the approach brings points to concrete ways of achieving and maintaining true and lasting well-being, something that everyone deserves. Now, the Human Givens process is person-centered and solution-focused. What does that mean? It means we focus on the person and what they can do, not their condition. We are future-focused, goal-directed, and we spend your valuable time searching for solutions rather than focusing and reliving on those past negative experiences and problems. Human Givens Psychotherapy was founded 30 years ago by psychologists Ivan Tyrrell and Joe Griffin, based in the UK. And this framework encompasses the latest scientific understandings from neurobiology and psychology, as well as an ancient wisdom and original new insights. To get our physical and emotional needs met, nature has gifted us with our very own internal guidance program. This, together with our needs, make up what we call the Human Givens. We come into this world with an instinctive knowledge of what we need and with a set of inner resources that can help us get our needs met, provided we use them properly and are living in a healthy environment. Now these feelings have evolved over millions of years, and whatever our cultural background, are our common biological inheritance. They're the driving force that motivates us to become fully human and succeed in whatever environment we find ourselves in. It is because these psychological needs are incorporated into our biology at conception that we call them the Human Givens. They are the givens and the drivers of our human nature. It's when these needs aren't being met, symptoms of poor mental health like addiction, depression, anxiety and high levels of stress ensue. What Tyrrell and Griffins found was that there are 9 key emotional needs incorporated into our biology. And so as human given psychotherapists, we want to know which one of these aren't being met for you. Now I'm going to go through these 9 emotional needs very shortly, and I want you to give them some real thought. Now if you think of a scale, 1 being not being met at all and 5 being adequately met or met completely, where would you be? So the first one is security. Do you feel secure where you are in your work or your home or relationships, and in an environment that allows you to develop fully? Attention, which is a form of nutrition. By attention I mean both ways, the giving and receiving attention. Do you have a sense of autonomy and control? Do you have the ability to make decisions for yourself? It is having volition to make responsible choices in your life. What about emotional intimacy? To know that at least one other person accepts us totally for who we are, warts and all. In fact, a massive study on people's lives looking into who lived the longest and why highlighted that we only need one person who loves us unconditionally to add years to our life. That those that lived the longest had that as part of their existence. And number 5 is feeling part of a wider community, be it in sports or skills, community-based activities, volunteering. And privacy, do you have the opportunity to reflect and consolidate on experiences? And sense of status, within social groupings. Are all your efforts being recognised? Be it at work, at home, within your friend circle, do you have a sense of status? This recognition that you are part of something, that your status is being met as a human. Now the 8th need is a sense of competence and achievement. Now, are you being stretched in what you do? Do you feel competent in what you do? Are you being recognised for the work that you do in the family, at work, within your friend circle? And the final need is meaning and purpose, which again has this idea of being stretched. Do we find meaning in what we do? Do we feel like we have a purpose in this life? And this can include both spiritual or religious connection too. So, when you reflect on your scores there, were there any of those emotional needs where you scored 2 or less? If there was, this is an area in your life that is causing you significant stress. It takes just one of these emotional needs to not be adequately met or be met in unhealthy ways when undesirable mental states such as anxiety and anger, depression, addiction begin to develop. And when we begin to find ourselves in these, undesirable mental states, when we find ourselves anxious or down, this is when we begin to misuse our imagination, or begin to see, or our perspective of the world begins to change completely. Now maybe you begin to start believing that it's because you are the problem, letting everyone down all the time. Or maybe your imagination is endlessly reminding you of all the things you have done wrong, could have done, or people that have wronged you or hurt you, or people that have passed away where you felt that you could have done more. Completely unhelpful when you're already feeling low or anxious. So we need to start harnessing, getting that imagination working more positively. In reality, just seeing things again without the depression or anxiety goggles that are tainting our view on our world. With the human givens, we really explore your coping strategies. We don't dwell on what happened, endlessly reliving negative experiences, things that in reality we should only ever have to have lived once. We look at what you've done, what has worked and not worked. We recognise that often it's what is right that fixes what is wrong. And along with obviously some of our incredible evidence-based techniques. Human Given Psychotherapy aims to restore that control by working with effective tools and modern knowledge to resolve most symptoms of poor mental health. And if this sounds like a process that you might be considering exploring, if you're currently struggling with poor mental health symptoms and wanting to learn some effective tools to help resolve those symptoms, then please get in touch. Either you're on the website now and go to that contact form, or head to www.thegftc.com.au and leave us a message, get in contact, or direct on the messages or the description below. Please leave your information and I'll be back in touch as soon as possible. Thank you so much, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.